morning, viewers. So we are here today with a very special episode and a very special event of the year. The name of the event is Confluence, and it is a confluence of the poetry from different parts of the world and the poets from different languages. They'll be reciting their poems today for you. And this program is being organized by Antarman, an international organization of art and literature. Founder is Dr. Nirmal Jaswal, and Hello Canada is always there to serve you in various way. And today's program, this confluence, is about poetry and poetry. So now I welcome my very good friend and uh, the founder of Antarman, Nirmal Jaswal. Please.
Thank you, Major Nagraji. And as well, I welcome you. I welcome all my friends, viewers, and worthy, uh, sensible, sensitive, and beloved, creative, great poets of our region and our international world. So we actually we start with my slogan. I create a slogan, not create, but some poets has given me slogan, and I'd like that to read in Hindi and as well as in English. This is just some lines.
Right.
जीवन की मोटी जिल्द तले हम फटी पुरानी पुस्तक हैं, अनुभव दीमक बन जाते हैं, कुछ स्वप्न घास बन उगाते हैं. It means beneath the thick cover of our life, we are like a tattered and torn old book. Our experiences of life becomes termite, but some dreams sprouts like grass or into grass. So these are the basically experience of the life, and what so many people, so great poets like Keats, Byron, and so on are they are in past, and but we still remember them as our path we are, and as our just sensitiveness we are creating. But these days, so many people, so many just creativity is going on in English language. Basically, English is a communicate language, but you will hear the German and Portuguese, Albania, and whereas ever you just listen the poems, heard about the poets, their sensitive, their creation in the on the lines in the words, you will surprised to get it. So, Mr. Nagra, I'm just going to start. I think we welcome Paddy. Her name is Padmaja Iyengar Paddy.
Right.
So,
Right.
please, Paddy,
Let's
please
welcome.
come and join us. I'm just letting you know about the Paddy. Paddy is a very great personality. Actually, I met in Vijayawada during 2018. This is very, I can show you. She is the organizer of this Amravati Poetic
Wow.
Prism. I
Wow.
went to
That's amazing.
2018, and she says, you just look at the volume of that. And 2019, I couldn't go because I had to rush here in Canada. So, all about her, Paddy is she is currently Honorable Literary Advisor, the Cultural Center of Vijayawada and Amravati. Also on advisory board panel of the International Society for Intercultural Studies Research, Kolkata. Her poetry collection is very typical and very different collection. Its name is P.N. Chants. P.E.N.N. Chants has been recognized as a unique records of excellence by the India Book of Records. She has compiled and edited 6 international multilingual poetry anthology. 6. One is 3W Women, Wit and Wisdom of Women. when I read this 3W, and it spark in my mind that TW is very known, Mr. Naga.
In
It's very
Canada.
known because you know in
I
England,
know.
in everywhere.
I can
Country,
very well
CW.
explain what those three Ws are, and it is really interesting. And it is just how you coin the words and how you know interpret them, and it's really interesting. Women, wit, and wisdom. But in Canada, it is
Women.
woman is there.
So
Woman is always
she
there.
took, yeah, she
Women,
took
work,
women with
and weather.
wisdom.
That's interesting.
No,
It's really
she took in her poetry
that's good. That's
women,
good.
wit and wisdom of women. So anyway, fifth book is Amravati Poetic Prism, 2015 to 2019. She just compiled that book, and you will surprise. This is a very prestigious. It is. Uh, it is recognized by the prestigious Limca Book of Records, published by Coca-Cola India, 2019. And you just see here this thing, 2019 edition with 1,303 poems in this anthology, and 125 languages, and 761 poets from 86 countries. And again, that is in Limca Book of Records. So she did well, and she unite whole world. And actually, if I say I am inspired by her this work, that's why I'm going to produce so many people, and as English and as well as in their language. So, Miss Patty, please come and recite your poem.
Hello everyone. Greetings and namaskar from India. I am Padmaja Iyengar Paddy from Hyderabad. I thank my dear friend and the renowned poet, writer and Sahitya Academy winner Dr. Nirmal Jaswal Rana for inviting me to this wonderful poetry session. I'll first read a poem in my mother tongue Tamil from South India and then read its English translation. நான் என்ற உலகம். ஒரு சின்ன பொறி, ஒரு அற்ப கேள்விக்குறி. என்னுள் ஒரு உலகமா அல்லது நான் வெளி உலகமா? என் உள்ளுலகத்தின் ஆழமும் என் வெளி உலகத்தின் விஸ்தாரமும் எப்போது ஒன்று சேருமோ தெரியாது. ஆனால் அந்நாள் எப்போ வந்தாலும் அன்று என் வெளி உலகத்தின் நான் என்பவள் என் உள்ளுலகத்தின் நான் என்பவளுடன் ஐக்கியமாகி நாங்க பரவுலகத்தை நோக்கி செல்ல ஆரம்பிப்போம். நன்றி. We are the world. A tiny spark, a small question mark. Is there a world within me, or am I the outside world? I don't know when the depth of my inner world and the expanse of my outer world will come together to unite as one. But whenever it happens, the eye of my outer world and the eye of my inner world will blend and emerge as we, and together we shall set forth on a journey to a new world. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a wonderful poem from Paddy. We are really honored to have you on our show and on this Confluence series of poetry and today's English poetry from different parts of the world. So thank you very much for being part of this, Paddy, and we would love to have you on our portal in the future too. So let's now, I'm taking you to Portugal, which is with our very esteemed poet from there, Somaro. Yes, Somaro is one of the well-known poetess from Portugal, and she has been writing poetry for long, and she has 45 poetry books by profession, though she is a doctor, and she's a multilingual poet, translator, essayist, and a researcher in Portuguese and German literature. That's really interesting. And translation studies and history of medicine as well as one of her subject of research. She has published books in several countries. Her poems are translated into over 20 languages. She is featured in the International Multilingual Poetry anthology, which is just shown by Dr. Nirmal Jaswal, Amravati Poetic Prism 2018.
Prism.
And in 2019 as well, she was published. So let's welcome Samaro with a beautiful poem and listen to her, and we'll get back to you once she's done. Samaro, please.
Yeah, welcome.
Maria de Sameiro Barroso, Portugal. Lavalier, Vivaldi. Angels covered with pearly veils travel through the earth, the mad earth, the wielding blow, the stray body that deflagrates the evil flower of its excess. Covered angels hide their secret. They know the flesh, the madness, the pathetic dance, the irremediable pain that hovers in the ethereal space, where the voices of the world fade in the taintless silence of an olive branch, messenger of peace, lighting the supreme night.
That was really interesting poetry, Samaro. It was in English, and I would like to now, as the format of the Confluence is, I would like to listen to your poem in Portuguese. Samaro.
Maria de Sameiro Barroso, Portugal. La Folia, Vivaldi. Anjos cobertos de véus nacarados percorrem a terra louca, o sopro desvairado, o corpo transviado que deflagra na nefasta flor da sua desmesura. Anjos cobertos escondem o seu segredo. Conhecem a carne, a loucura, a patética dança, a irremediável dor que paira no espaço etéreo, onde as vozes do mundo se extinguem. No extremo silêncio de ramo de oliveira, prenúncio de paz que acende a noite pura.
Okay. Mr. Nagra, just introduce very young poetess. And just recently, not recently, it is known amongst Calcutta because she knew Bengali girl. Her name is Amanita Sen.
Okay.
Amanita,
Yes.
Amanita Sen writes in English as well as in Bengali. When I talked to her, I didn't met her, but Paddy knows her well, and she introduced her. And really, when I heard her about when she talks about her poem and all, I really surprised how the young generation is going in it through this phase, and beautiful poems they are writing. Actually, she is a mental health professional living in Kolkata. Her two poetry volumes came. One is Candle in My Dream. Candle in My Dream. And another is What I Don't Tell You. I'm not talking what's her name? Her poetry name is What I Don't Tell You. So as told you before, she also won number of prizes. And everyone, we are just showing you this. These are the wonderful poets. It flourished in the whole world and whole world known them as a poet and as their creativity, and so many awarded the prizes. They have so many awards, and Paddy has so many awards and excellences. So anyway, welcome Amanita Sen.
Yes, Amanita, please.
My name is Amanita Sen, and I thank poet Nirmal Jaiswal for inviting me to read. My poem is titled The Stormy Night. On nights like these, with winds howling at your door unabated, you stop deciphering its voice of rage, much like the way you overlook grim stories of depraved humanity filtering their ways into your news feed, your well-preserved, selfish peace. Yet, They manage to rattle you where nothing stirred before. You flounder to find its likeness in history books and in your own account of metaphorical storms. You look for a calming refuge and dearly wish that Tagore's friend for his stormy nights, Paran Shakha, the beloved one, is there at the door to lend you his hand. Thank you.
That was really interesting poem in English. So I would like to now, for our viewers, would like to hear your Bengali poem, Amanita Sen. Let's listen to her in Bengali.
Yeah, please.
মাঝ সমুদ্র এখন এখানে মাঝ সমুদ্রের প্রশান্তি প্রশ্ন সন্দেহের উত্তাল ঢেউ আছড়ে পাড়ে ফেলে দেয় না আর ভারহীন তরল উচ্ছ্বাসী ঢেউ অকারণ শব্দে জেগে ওঠে না ওদের চটুল হাসির শব্দ বিক্ষিপ্ত বাদানুবাদ ডুবে যায় সর্বংসহা সমুদ্র বুকে যে জেনেছে ঝড় তার আগের নৈঃশব্দ ও পরের প্রশান্তিটুকু একই দক্ষতায় যে হেসে তুচ্ছ করেছে নিরবচ্ছিন্ন কষ্টের ভীতিপ্রদ বৃষ্টিকে যে হাসে সেই প্রথম উদ্বেলতার অতীত চারণে দুটি চায়ের কাপের টুংটাং শব্দে সালাচে
Thank you, Amanita Sen. Amanita, who is from Kolkata, India, and it's a very interesting city. It's a hub of cultural center. It's a cultural center of India, and Bengal itself is known for culture, literature, and we know there are so many names, those who came from Bengal, and Nobel laureate
Yeah.
Rabindranath Tagore also hails from Bengal. So let's move ahead on Confluence, and let's meet some another interesting and poet of today's Confluence. So please, Dr. Nirmal Jaswal.
Yeah, welcome, Vijay Nagraji. And I'm just going to introduce one of very brilliant. She's from German, brilliant poetess, and basically she's a medicine doctor. And I surprised Mr. Nagra, the people who's in medical profession and just very emotional, very heart to heart. They are listening to each other's and they're writing emotional poetry. And they're writing, and you know, her husband is a musician and very good playing this guitar. And one I heard when 2018 Amravati and in Vijayawada, and she play the guitar and just sing a song also, and poetry itself is like a song. So she is a lecturer, still lecturer for creative writing and translate on theory from German. Poet as well as she's a medicine doctor, and she has awarded so many prizes from USA, from German, and from India so many times. And her poetry collection as one poetry collection, very good. When you go through it, there her poems, you will just turn like that. You will think how she write the poems. That name is Barefoot to Arcadia. Barefoot to Arcadia. Her other also some collection was Barefoot to Arcadia, except that some Arcadia. I don't know what was that. Was two parts of the Barefoot to Arcadia, and Arcadia is itself another book. So her poetry is translated into Telugu. Telugu people knew her and they admire her. She is as well as poet, as well as very good photographer. She won so many prizes in photography also, and her book cover is also designed by her. And writer, she is writer in English and German language. So you will enjoy the German language as well as English language. Please come. And welcome Dr. Aprilia Zank.
Hello, I'm Aprilia Zank from Germany, and I'm reading to you my poem Dawning and its translation into German. I unfold myself from the echoes of night and dive into the purple of dawn to gill my body with flakes of light. On the wings of zephyrs, I follow the sun above seas and abysses, above canvas tents and alabaster domes. I see children play and children at war. I watch the deer roar in mating games and carcasses rot at the side of the road. I hear the lyre tuned with whispers of wind and cursing cutting to bone. I smell bridal bouquets carried by graceful hands and the smoke of smoldering flesh. At dusk I will be a seagull looking for shelter on a solitary salt-beaten pole. I will sleep with my head under my wings and dream of the glory of a new sunbirth. Morgenröte. Ich entfalte mich aus den Echos der Nacht, tauche in das Purpur der Morgenröte ein und vergolde meinen Körper mit Flocken von Licht. Auf den Flügeln der Zephire folge ich der Sonne über Meeren und Abgründen, über Segeltuchzelten und Alabasterkuppeln. Ich sehe Kinder spielen und Kinder im Krieg. Ich erblicke Hirsche, die Röhren in Paarungsspielen und am Straßenrand Kadaver verröten. Ich höre die Leier im Einklang mit flüsternden Winden und bis ins Mark treffende Flüche. Ich rieche Brautsträuße von anmutigen Händen getragen und den Rauch von schwellendem Fleisch. Bei Dämmerung werde ich eine Möwe sein, auf der Suche nach Schutz. Ich werde auf einem einsamen, salzzerfressenen Pfahl mit meinem Kopf unter den Flügeln schlafen und von der Herrlichkeit einer neuen Sonnengeburt träumen. Thank you.
It was really wonderful to listen to Aprilia Zank and her poetry. And thank you very much, Aprilia, for your participation in Confluence. So let's move ahead a little bit and let's come back to India now. So whom we are going to introduce Dr. Nirmal Jaswal next?
Mr. Nagra, we have two more participants. Very great. The name was Dilip Mahapatra from Pune. and Odia poets, but basically he writes in English, and so many books and so many excellences award winner, but he couldn't come. And friends, because of virus and because of this Amphan wind, and third is locust tidbit, I
Yeah,
would
attack.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that, people are so unable, and most of the we are just called from the south part, and people didn't get the Zoom connectivity because of Amphan wind that is going on these days, and very destructive wind and destructive everywhere. So and one is a Dr. Mahesh Kaul from Kashmir. He didn't appear because of this Zoom and this network.
Okay. Thank you very much once again. And let's now discuss a little bit about the poetry, why and how the confluence came into being. As you know, Antarman and Hello Canada, we have been working very diligently and with the full, trying to be professionally conducting these type of events. And we have done this in the past, and so many events have been conducted. So confluence is a poetical confluence, and Dr. Nirmal Jaswal was very instrumental in having this confluence and the way we are here today in front of you, and we would like to continue this confluence in future as well. And let me tell you a little bit about, I know that you all know about her, but there are some viewers of Hello Canada and the viewers, those who are watching us all over India and the world, and from different parts of the this globe. I would like to tell you a little bit about Dr. Nirmal Jaswal. She's a wonderful human being. She's a doctorate, and she has been teaching college as a professor, and she has been a writer. And if I count her books, you know. It is amazing, and it is amazing to know that she has written so many books in Hindi as well as in Punjabi, and her books are being not only published all over in different languages, English and Punjabi, but she has won many awards. Though she has been writing fiction, non-fiction, poetry, articles in Punjabi and Hindi, but she has a approach which is very unique, and she's sometimes criticized for her boldness in writing, and especially when she writes about the relationships and in today's world. And she has been awarded at several occasions from different parts of the world and from different literary organizations, and she has been instrumental in organizing and being part and being on the board of different literary organizations. For example, in India, where she was teaching in Chandigarh, she was an office bearer of the society, which is Literary Society of Chandigarh. And to name her few books, or to name some of her work, which I would like to share with you, and I would like to ask her now to say a poem. Though it is a show which we are conducting, but I think a poet is always a poet, and she has the full right, as well as I will also be recite my poem at the end. So that you know what type of poetry she writes. So let me welcome Nirmal Jaswal for with her beautiful poem. So Dr.
Thank
Nirmal
you.
Jaswal, please.
Thank you, Mr. Nagraji. We are also poet, and when I'll tell about Mr. Nagra, about you, and people will surprised to know you about that.
Thank
And
you.
so I'm going to
Yeah, please go ahead.
recite a poem. And sorry, friends, I don't write in English, but so many friends of mine just translated my poems from Hindi to English. But this poem I'm reciting you, this I translated myself. And my friends are Alka, Kansra, Paminder Soni, Anjali Mahapatra, and Dr. Desmahi is called. These all are the wonderful and the translator. They gave me so many poems translated by them, but I just reciting my little poem, a little sort of few words only.
Please,
So
go
my
ahead.
poem in English is Moon. Moon, I seek the moon to imprison forever in my fist. I seek the moon to imprison forever in my fist. A moon that can read the fate lines on my palm. A moon that can read the fate lines on my palm. Till when would these fate lines wander? Till when would these fate lines wander? Maybe, maybe till the clenched fist emerged into the moonlight, or in panic I I open the clenched fist to be engulfed by the moon or to be one with the moon. This is in Hindi. ढूंढती हूँ उस चांद को जो ताउम्र कैद हो सके इस मुट्ठी में. ढूंढती हूँ उस चांद को जो ताउम्र कैद हो सके इस मुट्ठी में, इस मुट्ठी की बंद लकीरों को जो सुन सके, इस मुट्ठी की बंद लकीरों को जो पढ़ सके. इन लकीरों का भटकना भी कब तक, इन लकीरों का भटकना भी कब तक, जब तक बंद मुट्ठी सराबोर ना हो सके इस चांदनी में, या घबरा के खोल ना दे इस बंद मुट्ठी को चांद में सिमटने के लिए. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nirmal Jaswal, and thank you for this beautiful poem, Moon. It's indeed a depiction of the feelings and the way you use those words. So that was really wonderful. Thank you once again, and let's move
Thank
ahead
you.
in Confluence. Thank you.
Thank you. Let the what viewers and friends say. We'll wait for their reactions.
Yes, we always welcome the feedback and the comments. We'll share,
Yeah.
and we'd love you to share this as well at the end. Please.
Okay, Mr. Nagra, I'm just introducing our Indian poet from Chandigarh, Dr. Anuradha Bhattacharya. She's very lovely and naughty. I always say, you are very naughty, you control yourself. She always laughs, and she is so brilliant. And she is not a poet only, she novelist, and she wrote her books, professional books also, 2 books. So basically she is from no doubt Calcutta, but she says I just write in English because she brought up in English only language. So she speaks in Hindi also. What को कहते हैं टूटी फूटी. So she basically novelist, and you will surprise 3 novels. Immediately she pursued year by year 3 novels, but penned down 4 poetry books also. 3 novels, 4 poetry books, and two books, academic books.
Mm-hmm.
And the 5th book in poetry, that's a name. 2 days this virus is going on, and we are just afraid of that. But we should not afraid of that corona. So that's why we just avoiding. We just wanted to flourish the love atmosphere and beautiful atmosphere. So she wrote Corona Doldrum. Corona Doldrums. That's her poetry book's name, and that is still in pipeline and still going on. And she's a beautiful lecturer. She's a beautiful lecturer also. What does she won so many prizes from Chandigarh Sahitya Academy. I think she won 2 or 3 prizes over their novel and poetry. And still writing immediately. She novel. I just surprised how people write a novel immediately. I couldn't finish my novel within 4 or 5 years. But so maybe she's a young and picks the imagination so hurriedly. And you will surprise Ms. Nagras. She is working lecturer, still working as a lecturer, associate professor, and postgraduate government college sector 11, Chandigarh. You also study over there. She's working there in a main college, in a co-ed college, postgraduate college. So I just invite Anuradha Bhattacharya. She will recite 3 or 4 small poems, few lines poem, but love poems. She is lovable and she creates love amongst our student, amongst our colleagues, and she writes in about love in her lines, in her poetry. Welcome, Anuradha Bhattacharya.
Dear friends, I have with me today 4 of my short love poems, 2 of which were written a long time ago when I had first fallen in love. The first one I'd like to read out is called Focal Point. I saw you, my love, in my nightmare, in the world of contaminating presences, as a magnet, a fragment in multifarious visions that gave me a vibration of delight, a focal point in the pattern of amalgamated visuals, a slide among slides, projected larger than the grain of earth, and I slept on peacefully. It's a similar poem. Anchor. It mattered. Like continents matter to ships, pealing, groaning, whispering masses mattered. But like a lighthouse amidst dark oceans, when you appeared and lit my way, I sailed straight and sure. Today they still are continents of noise, but them I ignore. My anchor is you, an island strong and true. And poems written afterwards. It's called Love Flows. Love flows. It flows into streams, hurtling down in a rage, tearing down magnanimous claims. Love grows. It grows into branches, forcing against brick walls, challenging enclosures. Love floats. It floats on the music of swift changes, not waiting to be told. Maybe this one is an even later poem, and it has a twist. It's called Imagine. Imagine a land where serpents make it hard to navigate one's way to the summit. Imagine a body drained of fluids, trying to cross a treacherous tract. Where would you imagine you are? It's called Our Love. At the beginning, it was the tickle of a mosquito bite. On a cool summer evening, when the rest of the world was dozing off, while you and I were exploring our possibilities. At first, it was a watch on the shores of my blanched froth, in the current of a wave, of the hand that kept distance between 2 magnetic fields, knowing our limits. Then flew the sparks, bursting into light, the scattered straw kept aside for a future date, awaiting the slow cadence, becoming a storm. The night lost its calm, closing my eyes to danger, pretending in the face of it an escapade of pure, translucent, vibrant joy, limiting our spirits. A storm that it was, it lasted for a moment. Having fallen out of sleep under the spell of a conjurer, trying to sustain the trick, nullifying destiny. Finally, it rained, drenching the eternal thirst of travelers in the cosmos, looking for repose in far off lands beyond our human comprehension. I stood watching the remnants of the storm as if calculating the strength of destiny against my meek powers, finding the latter incorrigibly inadequate. Thank you.
So, Anuradha Bhattacharya, these poems are so beautiful poems. People love your poem, love your words. You're so creative girl, wonderful poetry. And I can't praise so much the viewers and our friends who will watch your, who will listen this your poetry. They'll admire, all appreciation is for you. So thank you, Anuradha Bhattacharya. You did so well. Next, I will not introduce. I think you all are known the creator of Hello Canada. Someone asked me who this produced this banner logo, this Hello Canada. People are going to sing, going to recite or sing. I said they recite like a singer. So this is a literary forum. Yes, of course, literature is formed. Literature always form the music, always form the sensation. So anyway, he's Major Arda, you know, the founder of the Hello Canada also, and he's the host of Hello Canada. Its a TV show is also going, and nobody knows he's a wonderful poet, Punjabi poet. And to be very frank, I never knew he's a poet. Suddenly he said, suddenly I just heard some poem in some Sidhu. He just created his TV a TV channel. From that, his voice was there, and the pictures was another one. And it was voice. I thought I recognize this voice. Then I asked Mr. Nagra, this was your voice? He said yes. And another then again I heard his poem in another voice. His poem in his voice also, but pictures was other. Then again I said, this is your poem? He said, of course I write the poems. Where's your book? He said, he's very shy of publishing her book. And then he told me, okay, I had one book, poetry book, that's name Sab Kuch Khatre Hai, means everything is in danger. It's a beautiful poems in that book. One of my friend, Alka Kansa, she read his poems. She said, where he was? I didn't know. He's a poet also. Then I said, okay, go through this poem. And she surprised. It was so wonderful poem. And she translated in English. Then I just got him agreed, please, Mr. Nagra, you recite English poem and as well as your this Punjabi poem. So he's he also author and editor of newspaper Vatan, is a weekly releasing from the Toronto. And you will surprise, he's the best clay modeler. He's a best clay modeler, and he made he made the smallest model of the world, very tiny, smallest, and it comes Limca Book of Records. So surprising when he told me he created such a smallest clay model of the bird, and Limca Book of Records it took away. Beside this, he's a social activist chairman of Canadian charitable organization which raise funds for hospitals and funds for needy and for such a other cause also. He is such a great, and he's just we jointly working together just to the producing some unknown and new poets also, new creator also. So in the future we have so many plans to look forward and to just produce some new faces, new dimensions of the literature. So Mr. Nagra, I think
Thank you.
viewers are waiting for your
Thank you very much.
point.
And it's I think it's for me, I'll humbly accept whatever you have said and would like to justify whatever you have said. And thank you once.
Your poetry is really very good. When you recite in English, the people know. Those who are not know the Punjabi language.
I'll
please.
try my best. I'll try my best. And thank you very much, Dr. Nirmal Jaswal, once again. And to my viewers of Hello Canada, for the first time, I'm going to recite my this English poem. And thank you to Professor Alka Kansra ji for translating it at such a short notice. So thank you very much. And the name of my poem is. It's I think since it was written originally in Punjabi, so I'll try to write. I mean, I'll try to say in my own way in English as well. So as before I recite my poem, I would like to add up one line about a poet, who the poet is and who the poet isn't. So for me, everybody living on this earth is synchronizing his life with the world, with the music, with the world, because world is a musical mystery, and everybody is a poet. Whatever he thinks, the way he talk, or she or he speaks. So for me, poetry is inborn, and we are all born with this skill, but some of them they jot it down or write it down and publish that in books and journals, but some don't. So I'm trying to the name of the poem is A Tree on My Forehead. So yes, in a jungle of dark thoughts, it's difficult for a seed to sprout, but not impossible. Gradually the leaves appear, the seed grows into plant. It faces many a woe, but it's possible. The dreams also are realized. Journey from seed to plant, from plant to tree, in a jungle of thoughts is definitely cumbersome, but not a waste. The new leaves on their own spread their light into the darkness inside. The edges of the dark forest kill the fragrance of the flowers, but still the fragrance makes its way, it's but natural. Whenever a thought germinates like a seed, grows into a plant, grows into a tree, I feel that suddenly a tree has sprouted on the forehead. Thank you very much once again. So now I'll try to recite the same poem in my mother tongue, which is Punjabi. So I hope you'll like that as well. ਮੱਥੇ ਉੱਗਿਆ ਰੁੱਖ, ਸੋਚਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਨੇਰੇ ਜੰਗਲ 'ਚ ਬੀਜ ਦਾ ਪਣਪਣਾ ਔਖਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਨਾ ਮੁਮਕਿਨ ਨਹੀਂ। ਬੀਜ ਦਾ ਬੂਟਾ ਬਣਨਾ, ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਪੱਤੀਆਂ ਕੱਢਣਾ, ਦੁਸ਼ਵਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਹਿ ਸੰਭਵ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਸਾਕਾਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਬੀਜ ਤੋਂ ਬੂਟਾ, ਬੂਟੇ ਤੋਂ ਰੁੱਖ ਬਣਨ ਦਾ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਸੋਚਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੰਗਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਝਲ ਤਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਬੇਕਾਰ ਨਹੀਂ। ਅੰਦਰਲੇ ਹਨੇਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਰੂੰਬਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਚਮਕ ਰੁਸ਼ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਖੁਦ ਬਖੁਦ। ਹਨੇਰੇ ਜੰਗਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੰਡੇ ਫੁੱਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਹਿਕ ਦੇ ਕਾਤਲ ਤਾਂ ਬਣਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਮਹਿਕ ਦਾ ਖਿੰਡਣਾ ਸੁਭਾਵਿਕ ਏ। ਜਦ ਜਦ ਸੋਚਾਂ ਦਾ ਬੀਜ ਬੂਟਾ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ, ਰੁੱਖ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ, ਮੱਥੇ ਤੇ ਉੱਘ ਹੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉੱਘ ਹੀ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਅਚਨਚੇਤ, ਅਚਨਚੇਤ। Thank you very much once again, and thank you for giving me this opportunity on this platform to recite my poem in English as well as in Punjabi. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hanji, Mr. Nagra, such a wonderful poem in English.
Thank you.
I appreciate the English version also, but I appreciate the Punjabi version.
Thank
If
you.
someone understand the Punjabi words, so wonderful, Mr. Major Nagra.
Thank you.
I was thinking you are just hosting this and that and hello Canada, you're just and grabbing a whole world, but you are not showing your talent. Your talent, I knew that about that modeling and about your this charitable jobs also. You are so much helping, giving helping hand, and you are just involved in this newspaper also. So many things you are involved in, but your heart, your inside is a poet. There is, and you are so creative in emotions, in a words. If someone listen your this poetry in Punjabi, it's a great. When I talked to Alka Kansra, she said, Nirmal, where he, why doesn't he just showing his talent in poetry? I think you are also right in other words also. So you have so many poems. Please, I encourage you, I congratulate you for this poem and for the other coming book also. And I have gone through all of your poems. Sometimes you have shown 3 or 4 poems. It was wonderful. It was wonderful imagination. It was wonderful Punjabi words. And Punjabi words, to choose Punjabi words is not a easy work. So go on. I'll wish you all the best. And thank you so much, my friends, viewers, and my poets friends. And I welcomed you. I thank you so much. And with the help of the Mr. Nagra, it was our wish to introduce all of you. So
thank you once again. Thank you.
And stay, stay healthy, wealthy.
Exactly. Stay safe, stay inside, and please save your lives and save others' life. And we salute to the essential workers as well as our heroes and the COVID warriors. So thank you, Dr. Nirmal, and thank you very much for Hello Canada.
Thank you for
Yes, thank you very much. So this was today's episode of Confluence in association with the Antarman International Arts and Literature and Hello Canada. And we would like to continue these kind of efforts in future as well. So keep watching, keep sharing, and your feedback is very important. So at the end of this show, our phone numbers will be there, so you can become part of this group by joining Facebook page as well as by calling us directly. So I think we'll at the end we'll like to say thank you, and thank you once again for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, take care.
Thank you. Bye.